obviously, I'm sure it's been nice to get a result with an effort like that that your team put in.
Yeah, I said to our guys after they earned it, they deserved it, and they had to battle for it, which is even better. It wasn't handed to you. That's a good hockey team, like we talked about this morning, and you had to work to get rewarded, and I was happy for our guys with that.
You had three leads, you gave up three leads, and you ended up winning the game. Did you just get the sense that's a game you probably don't win early in the year? You're just not tough enough mentally yet to get through it?
Yeah, I mean we're playing much better than we were earlier in the year, but absolutely the psyche component was didn't affect us like it would have, a couple months ago. And we went right back to execution. Our execution has been really good. There was a little bit of a period sequence in the second period where I thought we would have lost a little. There was a little swing in momentum, but it was only a couple shifts, and we got right back to our game. And that's why I say I feel our guys earned that win because we were able to stay on our game. We talked about that this morning, the ability for us to play our game and dictate the pace and sort of make them play our game. And they were, as you would expect, they were very, very efficient and good on the power play. And we weren't quite as good on the penalty kill.
What was it in your execution defensively that limited chances?
It was our execution. It's just the way we played, the way we need to play, and the way our guys are. That area of our game has evolved. I spoke this morning about Matthias Samuelsson, the growth of Bryson, the growth of Dahlin and Yokoharu. I mean, those are four young guys that have really taken the lead in playing aggressive, limiting time and space, and they've taken a lot of pride in shutting off opponents' transition, shutting off opponents' offensive zone opportunities, and they did it again tonight. And Miller and Pizik were great as well. Certainly don't want to exclude them, but the emergence of the other four, they've become better in front of our eyes to the point they've really taken over.
How impressed were you just the way your guys played 5-on-5? Like you say, 2 power play goals, 5-on-5.
Yeah.
You had a lot of control in that.
Yeah, I would. I mean, you ask how impressed was I? I'm not. It's just the way we need to play. That's it. That's how we play, and I'm excited that our guys are sensing it and feeling how good they can be, and again, taking time and space away, playing aggressive. I've spoken a lot about fearless, but beyond that, it's aggressive. And we've moved past any hesitation, and we're playing aggressive. But we're doing it tactically, and that's what's exciting because we've been pushing through lots of hard work and practice and video to learn tactically how to execute together, and those guys are doing it right now.
Zemgus gets the goal, and what have you liked about that line since you put it back together? Because they've given you some offense and utilizing critical situations.
Yeah, there's nothing I haven't liked about that line. I mean, they've been really good. They've started the last 3 games and set a tone in the game for us. Again, how we want to play. They help the rest of the group identify with how we want to play and how we can get to our game. So that line has been instrumental in the last little bit here to put those 3 back together. We talked this morning about puck placements, how important it is to place a puck where you can pressure it. That line did that immediately the first 10 seconds of the game. They got a puck where they could pressure it and set a tone right away.
Third straight overtime where you had a lot of possession, but this one you had some hairy moments too. And what did you think about the way you guys survived?
I didn't notice that at all. Yeah, that was. We survived it at times, but while we were surviving it, I liked our body language. We didn't get rattled. We recomposed right away. We recomposed, and that is, if we want to speak of growth, that to me was a real good sign. Even when we botched things, we had a sense of how to recover it, because that's not a team you usually get a puck back from. When you or you don't get it back without them generating a really quality chance. So we were able to get pucks back in overtime before they could generate a lot of quality chance. We jumped at the right opportunity. Again, defending, execution. We were aggressive at the right moments, and we were aggressive as a group of three in those situations. So I was really, even though I was cringing at the time, I was really excited to see how our guys still regathered and composure and regathered tactically to execute.
Don, what's it like on the bench, 3 consecutive games not trailing? Like, what do you think that, like, the group
Haven't even noticed that, actually, now that you bring that up. I mean, just statistically, the first goal of the game in the NHL, the winning percentage is ridiculous in favor of the team that does score the first goal. But, I didn't notice that. I mean, I guess you're going in a game, you're evaluating, you give your players a game plan and a strategy, and you're evaluating right away, where does this game in the context of what you laid out for your team? So are they seeing what we expected, both from our team and our execution and the opponent? And are there any adjustments that might need to be made in between a period? And all 3 games, the most recent 3 games, I thought our guys they showed us as a coaching staff, they had real good clarity and a sense of objective based on the pre-scout and our identity. We got to our identity as a team really quick, even though we're talking in the morning and getting them to consciously think about what Pittsburgh does, what they do well, what Crosby does well, or what players on the other team do well. And then you got to kick back in predator mode. And sometimes you the hesitation that we've talked about all year long, you're worried about, oh my God, Pittsburgh might do this or the opponent might do that. And we're able to, our guys are, seem to be internalizing, okay, what's the opponent doing in the morning, and then how do we get to our game within the context of that? And I'm happy for that. I didn't realize the scores of the game.
But then it makes sense with everything you're saying that's why nothing seems to change even when the other team pushes back. Like Vancouver did a couple of times, Pittsburgh did it 3 times. But
yeah, one of the biggest things, and it was even from the moment I took over a year ago, was your guys have to have a belief, and they can't have a belief if they don't have clarity, and they can't have either of those if they feel vulnerable. And so when you do give up goals in the NHL, if your players can immediately say, I know exactly why that went in. We missed up this. It was in the pre-scout, or we don't do that. They can move on quick. If their confidence will be really take a hit if they don't know why they're vulnerable to the other team. So why is the other team overwhelming us? If you don't know that answer and you don't have clarity and confidence to know that right away, you will never get out of a rut. And our guys identify right away. They know their mistakes. So it no longer affects their confidence. They're pissed off at it, but it doesn't affect them in the form of confidence. And that's, I think, where we've seen, once we're able to do that, you can get a lot of growth, out of players. Yeah. Have a good night.